During this market correction, I just want to share with you guys what I'll personally be doing. And again, today is April 16th, 2025, and the market is experiencing some turbulence. Here is unusual whales, and currently I'm on Nvidia here. We also got Apple stock as well, Meta, Tesla, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, pretty much the Mag 7 and all the firm's latest price targets, as well as Palantir for the 8th pick here. So Nvidia here, take this with a grain of salt as well. We do have some latest price targets here from these firms, and a lot of them ranging between 160, 150, all the way up to about 200, right? Rosenblatt here with a $200 price target, a buy recommendation. D.A. Davidson here, been having a hold recommendation for Nvidia for quite some time. And then Raymond James here with 150, Piper Sandler 150, Wedbush 175, Bank of America 160. And again, that's as of today here on April 16th. Let's go ahead and take a look at Apple stock as well. Apple here, a lot of them being a buy recommendation, 225, 245, 230, 245, $260 price target here. Again, D.A. Davidson reiterating twice here again for Apple stock. Let's go ahead and take a look at Meta as well. Meta here, I'm sure Cantor didn't mean to put $7. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be $700, and all of them currently for Meta stock here, a buy recommendation. You got Citigroup here with 655, D.A. Davidson with 650, Goldman Sachs here with 685, and then UBS 650, Piper Sandler 610. Let's go ahead and take a look at Tesla as well. A lot of insiders buying here, right around the average of 238. We got some mixture buying and selling here from 246. Piper Sandler here with a $400 price target, a buy recommendation. This is as of today here, updated on April 16th. Prior to that, we have UBS with a sell rating, the only one with a sell rating here with $190 price target. Mizuho here with a $375 price target, being a buy recommendation as well. Benchmark and Wedbush putting this between 315 and 350 as well. Let's go ahead and move on to Amazon stock. Amazon here, Cantor Fitzgerald on April 16th with a $230 price target, a buy recommendation. You also got Citigroup here with a $225 price target, D.A. Davidson 230, Morgan Stanley 245, JMP Securities 240, okay? And again, feel free to view the rest of these. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next stock now, which is Google. Google here has a mixture of buy and hold recommendations. You've got Cantor here with 159, Needham with 178, and then D.A. Davidson here with 160. Citigroup here with 195, and then Piper Sandler with 185, and then our latest one from Mizuho here, 205, JP Morgan with 180. Microsoft here has a lot of buy recommendations. We got BMO with 470, Bank of America Securities with 480, UBS here with 480, Wells Fargo 500, and then Wedbush with 475, and then Jefferies here cut from 500 down to 475. If you look at the insider buying and sells at around the average of 381, we got 10,000 purchases and then 27 sells there as of unusual whales, right? And the last one here is going to be Palantir. This one has mainly a majority of hold recommendations, with only 3 of them being a buy recommendation. And again, it's going to be from, well, really 2 of them, because Loop Capital cut their price target from 141 down to 125. You also got Wedbush here with a 120 price target, and then D.A. Davidson and Morgan Stanley both having this a hold recommendation. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the chart here for Apple, Amazon, Meta, Microsoft, Google, Tesla, Nvidia, and Palantir. I'm going to go ahead and share with you what I'm personally doing and what I want to do with all 8 of these stocks. And again, take this with a grain of salt. It's just my personal opinion. And I'm not looking to, again, force anyone what to do, buy, sell, or hold. I'm just sharing my personal trade idea or investment idea. And personally, as a long-term investor, a lot of these stocks right now are quite low compared to its all-time high. I do think these are all at a considerable dip opportunity at the moment. And again, I have cash on the side waiting to deploy, and I don't mind adding small positions at a time for a majority of these stocks. I really do think that we eventually will retest the all-time high for all 8 of these stocks. The question is it a buying opportunity right now? And personally, let's go ahead and go one by one from Nvidia all the way up to Palantir here. And we'll start off with Nvidia. We'll go to Tesla, Google, Microsoft, Meta, Amazon, Apple, and Palantir. First one up here is going to be NVIDIA, and its current price is $103.84. The all-time high is, when people go into the daily chart here, the all-time high is recorded at $153.12. Currently for NVIDIA, between $117 and $96. I don't mind adding into NVIDIA here long term. I am currently dollar cost averaging into NVIDIA as well. If we do drop down below 96 for any reason and go back down to about 78, I would look to add a bigger position there for NVIDIA. And again, I don't mind adding now, and I would personally be comfortable holding a bag down and eventually climbing its way back up, because I'm not looking to sell anytime soon, possibly selling covered calls. But in terms of shares, I really don't mind dollar cost averaging at these levels. And again, of course, we could potentially go lower. I'm not looking to time the bottom of the market or time the bottom of NVIDIA. I'm just looking at a preferable price range of entry where I don't mind dollar cost averaging, and I know for a fact I'm not going to be profiting in the short term. I could potentially be bag holding for quite some time, and who knows for how long, right? But what I really want to share with you guys is the market sentiment can change so fast. You know how fast politics and also Trump flips the switch for the overall market. We've been going up, down for quite some time. And obviously, if you see here on the daily chart, NVIDIA has been extremely volatile, as well as the overall market and S&P 500. So again, 117 to 96. Don't mind adding here for NVIDIA. 96 down to 78. Look for a bigger position. That's what I'm personally doing. Tesla here, same thing, right? If you go out to the weekly chart, we all know that Tesla is extremely volatile. But for long term, I personally don't mind adding while it's below the 200-day moving average. Currently, that's at 291. So as long as we're below the 200-day moving average, I personally don't mind adding into Tesla stock here, especially while we are below 250. I think this is a really big buying opportunity. Again, between 213 and 250, that's where I'll personally look to load into Tesla stock. I want to bear in mind that there is that possibility that we might get a pullback down to 180. That is a possible scenario, but I don't think it's likely. But again, I'm not going to try to say, it's 100% going to a certain direction. I'm just saying 180 is a possibility, and I do have cash on the side just in case we do go down to those levels. And again, I'm dollar cost averaging small positions at a time. However, while we are below 250, I personally am comfortable adding bigger positions at a time for Tesla stock. Now, for everybody, it's going to be different on your own. But again, I am a long-term investor, just sharing my personal trade idea and also add-ons. Say I hypothetically missed my opportunity below 250. I also don't mind adding below 272. I also don't mind adding below 290. And if we are above the 200-day moving average at some point, I think the most I would be comfortable adding into Tesla is below 313. Anyhow, I do believe the all-time high is going to be tested. And if you want to compare it from its current price, it's close to 102%. NVIDIA as well, if you want to compare that real quick. I didn't get a chance to do that earlier. Close to a 50% move back up to the top side from our current price. Google here is going to be the next stock, and we hit a low of 140 here recently. Now, it's possible we might retest those levels again. A lot of people think that we already hit the low during this market correction, and while it's a possibility, I don't want to leave room out for that potential dip down below, all the way down to about the 130 level for support. That's something I'm keeping an eye out for as well, just a possibility in case Google does drop any further. I do think that we are in currently a pretty good opportunity to be buying into Google. Again, between 160 and 145, I think it's a pretty good opportunity here adding into Google stock, especially for long-term investors. And if we take a look at the 200-day moving average, for me personally, so long as we are below the 200-day moving average, I think it's a buying opportunity. And again, I'm going to be taking my time adding into a position while we wait it out and potentially move back up to the all-time high. If you want to compare it from its current price here at 153, 154 now, that's going to be right around a 35% move to the top side. If we do dip down below 145 again, that's where I'll look to add a bigger position for Google stock. We got Microsoft here, now currently down at around 373. Let's go ahead and move this down to 373. Microsoft here is also in my preferable price range of entry between 405 and 367. If we break below 367, I would look to add a bigger position between 367 and 337. I know we did hit a low of 345 recently and then got all the way back up. There is going to be that possibility we break down below 367 again, and I just want to let you guys know, maybe this might be a double bottom. We don't know for sure, but again, that's where I'll look to add a bigger position here for Microsoft between 367 and 337. If you want to compare its current price here to the all-time high, that is going to be right around a 25% move. All-time high at 465 there. We got Meta here at 504 at the moment. Let's go ahead and move this all the way down to 504. Same thing here. I don't mind adding between 490 and 586. We've been getting some bearish sentiment here for Meta, and if Meta does drop down below 490, I would look to add a bigger position, especially between 414 and 490. I think that is a place of entry I would prefer to be adding into Meta in terms of a bigger position. As of right now, don't mind adding a small position. And if you want to compare it from its current price all the way to the all-time high, let's go ahead and check that real quick. 504. It's going to be right around a 46% move back up to the top side there. So a lot of the tech here for Mag 7 definitely cut down from its high there. It's crazy here. So this is almost a 46% move back up to the top side. You got Amazon here currently at 175. Right around a 40% move to the top side. And for Amazon, I don't mind adding between 180 to 205. Now that we are currently below 180, from 180 down to 162, I personally don't mind adding a big position here. And I do want to keep in mind 143 is a possibility if we break down below 160. So 160 here going to be a major support level to keep an eye out for. Caution if we break down below 162. That's where I'll look to add a bigger position down to 143. So again, I really like this entry between 162 and 180. But if we do dip it down below 162, that's where I'll look to add even a further bigger position. So there's 3 levels here I'm actually watching for Amazon specifically. 180 to 205, don't mind adding a small position. 180 to 162, a medium position, I should say. And then 162 down to 143, a bigger position here for Amazon. So there's 3 ranges here. Apple stock here currently at 195. We recently hit that low of 169, so extremely volatile here. It looks like we might even potentially get a dip back down to 184. I don't think we're going to get a dip down to 169, but between 184 and 200, I don't mind adding a position there for Apple stock. In fact, I think it's a really good opportunity to be adding long term. If it dips down to 184 to 163, that's where I'll look to add a bigger position again for Apple stock. And if you want to compare its current price to the all-time high, it's right around a 34% move. Palantir here going to be a bit of a riskier one. The valuation is extremely expensive. Currently at $93, but personally, one second here. Phone call. Personally, if we did dip down to about $80, right, between $80 and $65, that's where I'll look to add a bigger position here for Palantir. I don't think we dip down below $66 unless the overall market does drop a lot farther than I expect. But I think 66 here is going to hold as a pretty nice bottom here for Palantir. Between 65 here to 80, that's where I'll add a bigger position. And between 80 and 97, I don't mind adding a small position there for Palantir. Personally, I would not want to be adding above $97 here for Palantir. So if I'm investing in Palantir and wanting to add or develop a position, I definitely would much prefer it below 97. Preferably between 80 and 65 would be one of the better entries here for Palantir stock. Let me know if you guys are in any of these stocks down below in the comments. We got Nvidia, Tesla, Google, Microsoft, Meta, Amazon, Apple, and Palantir. Pretty much the Mag 7 plus pounds here. If you're in any of these stocks, let us know down below in the comments. And all of these prices are extremely cheap in my opinion right now, and obviously it's possible that we could potentially dip further down. Let me know what your thoughts are down below in the comments. We do see that in the overnight market at the moment. We're seeing a bit of a green here, about 0.5% for most of these Mag 7 stocks, with the exception of Nvidia here, down about 0.5% here in the overnight market. If you don't have a community yet, feel free to join our Discord. We do have a lot of people there, over 32,000 people, and it's free to join. QR code on the left side, as well as link down below in the description for our Discord. There are dedicated chat sections for Palantir, Apple, Amazon, Meta, Microsoft, pretty much all of the Mag 7, including Tesla and Nvidia there in our Discord. All right. And if you're looking for live entries and exits, Feel free to check out our Patreon link as well. We currently have a 90% off permanent discount promotion going on right now. And if you are looking to join for live entries and exits on stocks and options from multiple analysts, check out our Patreon link. Joining there, if there is any available spots, check to see first. If there is any available spots and you secure it, it's going to be a permanent discount for you moving forward. And again, it's going to be a grandfathered priced in. So joining Patreon, you'll unlock the VIP channels on the Discord. You'll be able to chat with us and enjoy the many benefits. Thank you guys for watching. And again, let us know what you guys are doing at these levels for most of these stocks here. Mag 7 plus Palantir. Thank you for watching. Like, support the video. If you want to subscribe, feel free to subscribe, turn on notifications. We'll see you in the next video here.